Hello everyone, Doma Fox here, and I'm doing a special deck profile for you in terms of what I play in Yu-Gi-Oh! Currently. This is my True King Dino deck with the Sky Striker engine. I pretty much nicknamed it Dino Crisis based on the PlayStation 1 game by Capcom of the same name, because you have your lead protagonist being our Regina, in this case Kiari, against the Dinos, or working with in this case. So, let's get down to the deck profile and I'll show you how it works. Starting off with our Dino engine, we have 3 Oviraptors, 3 Cerasauruses, 1 Miscellaneous, 1 Giant Rex, and 1 ALO. For our big dinos, 2 Conductor Tyrannos and 2 Overtechs. Since this is a True King version, I play 3 Vanishers and 2 Fathomers. With the Sky Striker engine involved, it made the Fathomers so much more consistent to work with. Plus, Vanisher is always like your go-to choice whenever you're doing your True King plays. For the hand traps, just 2 Ghost Ogres and 2 Ash Blossoms for now, mostly because the deck space is a bit tight, especially considering that the format we're in at this moment. But that's the monster lineup so far. For the spell cards, our Dino cards are Fossil Digs at 3, 2 Double Evolution Pills, and 1 Foolish Burial. Foolish Burial, of course, is just dump the Overtex or even a Giant Rex into the graveyard, get some plays off of your Double Evolution Pills. For the True King engine, just 2 Terraformings, 2 Dragonic Diagrams. For the Sky Striker engine, 2 Engages and 3 Hornet Drones. The reason why I'm only running 2 Engages is because that's all I can own at the moment. But the Hornet Drones are your main key points that you always want to do in this deck. For assisting plays, we have Call by the Graves, which are a must in the deck, and Infinite Impermanences, all at 2. Deck size is a total of 41 cards. For the extra deck, our Regina of the deck being 2 Kagaris and 1 Shizuku. For a generic, it's Reproductus. Essentially, it's a dinosaur, but what you could do is modify whatever monster it points to with its attribute or its typing, so that way it can make some plays consistent with what you need to do. For example, with a token, you can make it into either a fire or a water type, or even just make it into a dinosaur type. So that way you can even use your raptor to get a special summon off. For removal, just 1 Phoenix and 1 Unicorn. For extensions, 7 Sorceress, and the big one we go into, Skull Dread, and 1 Borlo Dragon. For our Synchros, since we're running ALO, 1 Chambara, and 1 Trishula. And for the XCs, just Logia, Dulka, Calamity, and Phantom Fortress, just to rip out another card if it needs to be necessary. 15 cards in the extra deck, and that's all we're going to need. So here are the cards in the side deck that I have. 3 Winter Cherries, 1 Nightmare Goblin. Mostly for Sky Strikers, and this one for Gokis, of course. 2 DD Crows, in the Goki matchup especially, because I want to get rid of that Phoenix Blade, and it can help remove that. 2 Drolling Lockbirds, and the third Ash Blossom. For the back row heavy decks like Ultrageist and Paleozoics, 2 Evenly Matches for removal, 2 Hatronades just to get them bounced back, especially with Sky Strikers, and 2 Red Reboots to just stun the deck and just push for game. As I said, I'll do 2 deck demonstrations, one of course showing like the optimal hand. The second one will be how I do it with a completely random hand at the start. So, the biggest weakness of this deck, of course, is cards like Drone Lockbird or even Ash Blossom. So you'll always want to see Call by the Grave within your opening hand each time. So for opening plays, here's how we do it. Start off by playing the Engage first. Get Hornet Drones. They try to draw and lock you. Go ahead and Call by the Grave it. Then activate your Hornet Drones. Bring out your token. Then link 1 into Kagari. Then use Kagari's effect to get the Engage back. Next up, activate your Terraforming. Get Dragonic Diagram from the deck. Next thing to do, play your Engage again. Get another Hornet Drone. Then we get to draw 1 card. because we have more than 3 spells in the graveyard. And our 1 draw. Perfect, double evolution pill. Alright, so next step, activate your Hornet Drones again. And bring out our token to use as extra monster. Alright, next up, Fossil Dig. We want a Cerosaurus. Then activate your diagram. Use diagram's effect to pop your Cerosaurus. And you always want to search for Vanisher, the Fire True King. Then Cerosaurus effect will go off. Oviraptor. Then use Oviraptor's effect to get yourself another Cerosaurus. Next up, normal Cerosaurus. Use Raptor's effect to destroy and special summon another one. Then use Cerosaurus' effect in the graveyard, and you'll want to go for Miscellaneous. Next up, activate your True King's effect. Destroy these 2. Then use Cerosaurus' effect to bring out Giant Rex. Alright, our next procedure is to go into Skull Dread for our Link 4. So, use your Sky Strikers and your Dinos to Link 4. And Skull Dread's effects. Alright. We didn't end up with our True King, unfortunately, but that's okay. So what we'll do, let's go ahead and put these 3 back under. Next up, activate Miscellaneous effects. Banish the Giant Rex along with 2 Dinos. For level 4. Then bring out Oviraptor. Then we use Giant Rex's effect to special summon. Then we overlay the 2 for Logia. And then we use double evolution, banish our Kagari and our Dino, and we bring out Overtex. Now, thanks to Skull Dread, we have an Ash Blossom and an Impermanence in here, so set the Impermanence down, and that will do it. If it ended up being another True King and not the Impermanence, then what you would do is you special summon it off of Skull Dread's effect, then overlay the 2 for Calamity. So a lot hinges on what your Skull Dread gives you in terms of your plays, but this is like the biggest optimal hand you want to have first turn. As promised, I said I'll do another test duel with a random shuffle here so I can get an idea of how the deck can actually run. The biggest cards that you always want to see within your opening hand is at least a Baby Sarah, a Dragonic Diagram, and the Sky Striker Hornet Drones. That's what you always want to see in your opening hand. So, let's see how we do. Alright. Not quite what we had in mind, but this can actually work. So activate the diagram, use diagram's effect to pop Fathomer. Then we get ourselves a Vanisher. Then we use Fathomer's effects to special summon another Vanisher. Next up, we activate Vanisher's effect, destroy these 2. Then we get double evolution pill off of Overtex. Next up, we activate double evolution pill, banish the Overtex and the Fathomer. Let's go ahead and just get another Overtex out just to negate and extend our plays for the next turn. Then we overlay these two for Calamity. Ash Blossom in hand, so we're at least good to set up for next turn. And let's say if we were to survive, say like activate his effects to negate certain monster types, say like in Goki's case Earth types. Then we use Overtext effect to negate a spell or trap card, like Impermanence. Then we use his effect to get double evolution pill. And then we draw for turn. Perfect. Normal summon Raptor. Raptor's effects. Get the Ceres, then pop it with the diagram. In this case, you probably want either one of the two. I get Vanish or more. Then use Ceresaur's effects. Then pop it with Raptors. Special summon. See here. Actually, you want to go for Miscellaneous. Then bring out the third Ceresaurus. Then use his effect to call fire types. Destroy a one card with a baby, and also say like they had their own card on the side of the field. Then you get to banish one monster. Then Ceresaurus effects will go off once again. Giant Rex. And we can activate double evolution pill. To bring out Conductor Tyranno and just basically push for game. So, that's my whole deck profile. Give it a try sometime and see what you think. Thanks again for watching.